Welcome. And we're like, for the first time, we're going live from Restream together with my good friend Liezl. Welcome. And we're going actually live on my YouTube and my Facebook and her YouTube and her Facebook. So how cool is that? That's this is like we're doing a restream. That is like a streaming site, and I'm like since like a short time I have this. Yes, it's working.
Yeah.
Yes, perfect. I use another like streaming site, but nothing happened then. So this one really works. So that's really cool. And we also have the chat on our next to us. So if people having questions, you're very welcome. If you want to ask us any questions, we see them also all together. So everybody's very welcome. We wanted to let you know how amazing it is to come together with like-minded women, and you can do that online, you can do that offline, but it's really like the magic is real and it's really beautiful, and we're going to be talking about that. And of course, there are also men's circles and mixed circles, but today we're going to talk mostly about sister circles. And I will say a bit about me for the people that don't know yet who I am. I call myself MissHellbreaker, and Hellbreaker is my real surname in Dutch. My actual name is Janneke Hellebrekers, and it's Hellbreaker in English. So, and that is my real purpose. Is want to help people break free from all different things, from limited beliefs, this whole construct, the what this whatever, like what this reality, like we can be more freer in our minds, in our bodies, and how the things we do. And I really love talking with people that have a different, like same mindset as me, and I want to help people anyway. And I'm a healer, I'm a coach, I give healing courses, and I also give Kundalini yoga and meditation. And at this moment, I do mostly everything online. And my website is misshellbreaker.com. And wherever I can help people with, I do that. And I work also with frequency devices. So whoever has like information or want to know more, like all my I will post later my websites underneath, and the ones from Liezl as well. So but know that you're very welcome, and if you have questions, you can ask that in the chat. And now Liezl can introduce herself.
Hello, everyone, and thank you, Janneke, for arranging this. It's so exciting, like being live in like 4 different places. It's like I'm famous, but I am Liezl. I'm from South Africa, Liezl Smith, and my passion is all things water and frequencies as well. And so I'm a mom. I have 2 beautiful kids. I have a husband who's very supportive, and I now live in the Netherlands. And that is where the sisterhood part comes into play for me, because when I moved to the Netherlands, I of course didn't know anybody in the Netherlands, didn't have any friends, and basically I think because of my lifestyle I had previously, where I used to travel the world all the time, I also guess I lost a lot of friendships along the way, because you're always moving around, you're never in the same place. And I guess it's kind of difficult for some people to keep track of, or to stay friends with you when you're always in a different place and you're never there to actually see them and stuff. It doesn't always last. So I had this big, huge gap in my life where I didn't have any friends. And of course, then there's also the cases of like childhood traumas of like friends letting you down, especially girls being stabbed in the back and all these things. We call those the sister wounds. And so I had all of these things. And then when I was invited to join our sister circle, it was like coming home, or it was just like the best thing that ever happened to me. My husband still doesn't understand what I do and why I do it. But to me, it's like I never want to miss a Monday night. I never want to miss our time together. And I really, even though I've never met Janneke in real life, I feel like I've known her forever. It's like that. And So yes, that's about me. Okay, I work from home. That's probably another reason why I haven't made like many friends when we moved here, and so the sister circle has filled all those gaps for me.
Yeah, and I was like in the middle of nowhere in Portugal, like an off-grid paradise, and it was really cool to have like that I could talk with people, like women from all over the world, and had that online. But at one point, I had also several times offline, like in the reality sister circles, and that was the first time I had it. That was ever in South America, but I was not, my Spanish was not good. I was in Argentina and had like also on Mondays, it was like from 2 o'clock or something. And they were talking like 3 hours about everything was happening in their life. And my Spanish was not at all good. And I was just like listening to all these women. But even though that was really interesting, like some women I really didn't understand well, but other women I really felt them, like the energetics, like you have like you feel them. And it was good also to learn my Spanish. But they had like sister circle for 3 hours, so I'm glad we do it a bit shorter. We're a bit more to the point with like themes and stuff. And also after I had, when I was living in a conscious community, yeah, unfortunately it turned into a cult, but that's a whole other story. But we had also always a circle with women around, and it was really beautiful to talk with each other, and to really you can really like really share your heart and what is happening. And also you have like certain themes that you can talk about. So I had it also like offline, but also like online and offline. I had both. And also in Portugal I had it also for a while. And it's really, for me, it's really healing that I can just talk what I want to talk. And that's also really good, because now I don't mind at all what people think of me when I'm sharing something. And it was like years ago, before I ever did this, I was like very shy. I wouldn't even think of like portraying myself like this or sharing what I'm sharing, because like I share about everything all the time. And I learned that in circle, because you do that, like you do like with a talking stick. So you just share, and no one says something with you, like against you. Does everybody has the talking stick, and everybody can share, but no one says something about the person, like what, as a reaction. They just share themselves what they want to share. And that is something that I also experience on like workshops and festivals, like people like taking the talking stick and then they talk, and you don't say anything when someone else is talking. And this is also really good, like how to listen better. It's really about, because a lot of time people are like want to share about what, like listening and thinking already what they want to share. I mean, this, like, you're much more consciously listening to people, and that really is also very beneficial.
Yes, and also I love the part where you can share and there's no advice given or there's no judgment. There's none of those things. It's just like you're absolutely just sharing, and you know that you're in between your sisters and no one is going to think any less of you or anything else.
Yeah, and I was also in a physical circle where people did share advice and things, but sometimes they took it differently, even if you have like a good intention. Hey, the yes, thank you, Jason. Thank you, Jason. Jason. Wait, Jason. Thank you.
There's good luck in Mexico.
Yeah, but I didn't say that to everybody. So thank you, Jason. oh, oh. But he's the only one watching this. Like, not many people. So.
And also another thing that I learned about Sister Circle is that sometimes we get triggered. Like it's not always roses and moonlight, and all that. It's like also sometimes we get triggered, and I've had this conversation with you before, Janneke, where then I've like come to you and I've told you like, oh, I'm so triggered by this. And then you're like, yeah, but it's, look at yourself. It's not about that other person. It's actually something about yourself. And every time you've said that to me, you've been so right. But it takes time to see it from my side.
Jason saying, I can do that. Girl power!
Oh, that's nice. How do you
Yeah,
add
cool,
the comment
girl
to the
power.
screen?
So like everybody's welcome if you want to add ask things as well. Um, so yeah, so but I had one time I had a circle where people also give advice and like saying things, and that was like a lot of times like what you said about the triggering. So, like people took it differently, but there's so many, even if you have good intention, but there's so many people have so many wounds still. Not only like with like there's also the one with like men and women, but now we're talking about the women together, because we from when he like you from a very young age you have like you have that competitiveness, like you want to be the best, or like no, but with like when you have like real like conscious women coming together, like everybody shines, everybody, you wish everybody the best, and you want to everybody to win, you want everybody to thrive, and you want the best for everybody, and that is like you have the you and while you're in it you also see which wounds you still have, because they come out, and then you this is when you get triggered, and that's anyway in real life, yeah, wherever you are, when you get triggered, it's a really good like invitation to see like where do I still need healing. And if one person gets triggered, then that person needs to really do some like check with themselves. But if two people get triggered, and that is also something really can be a really beautiful process to come out of that and to share that.
And I want to say to like all those expat friends of mine, like, because I know I have a lot of friends, a lot of other South Africans also living here in the Netherlands or living in other countries. The sister circle was really very beneficial for me to kind of even to make friends then in real life, because once I got, I can hear myself.
Yeah, I was checking.
Okay, so once I could make friends online in the sister circle, once I kind of like broke through those ice barriers of being able to make friends, like I had a very difficult time making friends with Dutch people. I'll say it out openly in the public. Like even though maybe as a South African we're supposed to be have so much in common to people in the Netherlands, it was still very strange for me, and I had a hard time making friends with people in the Netherlands, women especially. I mean, my husband is Dutch, but I had a hard time making friends with women. And then once I was in the sister circle, of course, it was with two other Dutch women. Now it has really like broken the ice for me, and now I can really better relate to other Dutch women around me also in real life, you know?
Yeah, but it's like it's really interesting if you have like, especially if you have like from different countries, everybody has different energy, and I think Dutch is also like they're very direct, and some people can think like it's like too much, like it's like too assertive or something. But the more you like see what kind of energy is from different countries, and it's also cool that you are from different countries. I had that with my sister circle in Portugal. Also, people come from all different countries, and now as well, like this like different energy in different countries, and it's really interesting. And but then you also have so much more learning, because everybody has different culture, different background, and we're anyway like we're all just the whole universe on itself. We're like everybody has a different upbringing, different culture, different beliefs, and that's why it's so the power is so much, because you learn from each other. Sometimes you have like stuck belief systems, and someone says about something, yeah, I do it like this and I see it like this, and you can just by one changing of your own perspective, you can change your whole life. It's really interesting how it works.
Yes, I absolutely agree with that. And yeah, and just again I have to say, like, how many sister wounds have been healed already in like I think, how long have I been in the sister circle? More than a year now, maybe almost 2 years actually. And so many wounds have been healed. And yes, this is one of my most valuable times is Monday nights with my sisters.
Yeah, and I also had like so many things like coming up where when you think like you don't have that, and then it comes up, and also to make nothing like personal, what other
Mm.
people are doing, that it has nothing to do with you. And because we also learn with spiritual community, like, oh, everything is a reflection of you, but not everything is a reflection of. Sometimes it's not a, like, if people are rude to you, is it a reflection of you? Like, we also been all programmed that is like everything is a reflection of you. You have to work on yourself, work on yourself. No, sometimes people are like a reflection of you, how you not want to be. And we also, like, I feel like it's sometimes spiritual bypassing, like, oh, everything needs to be a reflection. But it's like you learn what it is a reflection and what is not a reflection. What do you need to learn on what not, and what, like, and makes you also more conscious of everything what you're doing in your life and what is the most important. And here's like really like it's a frame where you like are really very consciously, very aware, very like about your choices and what's happening. And the more you are aware in this, like the more you aware in every time in your life, yeah, like you have more conscious awareness, you bring that to everything. And also just being yourself, like you can say what you want to say, like without like if you have that safe space where you can just blur out whatever. I love that. And then, like, the more I'm there, like in the beginning, I couldn't. Now it's like I don't care. And if I forget something, yeah, that was not meant to be said. Like the more you have, like you know that you're like guided or something, whatever comes out, it's okay. And you know don't gonna be judged. But still, like on like what social media and Facebook, some people think like, oh, that's that crazy woman and whatever she's sharing. Now I don't care what people say, but if it's really respectful, I just block and delete them. But it's not, it doesn't affect me. And I think in the beginning it would have really affected me what people would say or not.
Yeah. And another part about the sisterhood that I really, really love is like you choose a topic for us every week to discuss. And every time that topic is like so relevant to all of our lives. That's what's happening at the moment, you know, like it's so many times like that we come on and we're like, yes, this is exactly what I was showing up for me in this week, you know, and that we want to speak about.
Yeah, and also the more you feel that the resonating, the synchronicities, the more you see them everywhere. You there's like that is really interesting. Like the topics, like everybody, and then I think also the more consciously and the more like we have a certain energy flow in us, we are connected. We checking this like several. We sharing the similar things. We finding the similar like videos that we share. We have like we are like very connected more and more, and so it's like it's really interesting how it works. um and this like this I don't know if you know Tony Nagy comedy show, that woman that always like does with her like does everything with her like
Oh, yes, yes.
talking with the whole body.
Yeah.
So it was really fun. It was really funny. I was like I was I was sharing with my partner. I was like, I have my period now, and then she was like, she would now like do like something like this to represent it. Like, oh, I have this now, and then and this week she made a video about periods, and I was like, no way, I was like, no way, and I made it really funny like movement with my body. It's like, oh, she would represent this now, like I have in the period, and it was really funny. And then she just make this week she made a video about period, and I was like, no way, no way. But it's like that kind of thing. Just one example, but there's like so many more examples. The more you have people around you that are conscious, that are like tapped in with source, with love, then you have that, like everybody supports each other, like everybody like, hey, I have your back, and I support you. And that's all, like everywhere. Like that's why it's so cool to come together also on Facebook with like so many soul tribe people that get what you're saying, and then more and more people understanding where you come from.
Absolutely. That's so true. It's like you always get taught this. Well, I get taught this like in my business and stuff from mentors and coaches and stuff, that you want to be magnetic and you'll attract your soul tribe and all that. And basically, without really knowing it, it's happening. And I find it like being in the circle has amplified, I think, that magnetism, because probably because I get to be more myself and get to be more confident in being myself, and be more authentic because of being in the circle. And then it like spills over into just my general Facebook presence and everything. And I really love that. I like all the things that I've learned in circle. I mean, meditations I've learned, and so many modalities I've learned from being in circle. And then also, like we also work together sometimes, and I love that we sometimes like take our businesses together, and like kind of network together in our circle. And I love it. It's just like really women being awesome.
Yeah, and empowering ourselves, like be empowered women, empowering each other and supporting each other. And that's like we're not only involved with this, but also like what you said, like some of us are in the same business together. So, and that is also really cool, like because like Liezl is like into energetic, and I think also more things. And I'm also like I'm also in the, why not just tell it? I'm into giving healing courses with the Ankh, but also with the Healy as well. With the, that is also like energy device. And I don't know if you are have it yourself, was also working with it. I'm not sure, but
What's that? The Healy?
yeah,
Yeah, I have
yeah.
it. And anyone's welcome to ask me for any aura scans and things. But yeah, I don't actively use it other than for my own personal use.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but there's the different possibilities in there. So, but it's I also use it for myself, but also people can also ask me for
Mhm.
information about it. But this is so cool. Like we all having that connection. But this is also part of like if anybody is interested in it, we're also there for that. And but it's like beautiful because like more and more people empowering themselves. Like because if you ask what people need most, it's like they need freedom and freedom of time and freedom to do whatever they want. And that is so beautiful if you have like a business where you can live where, like wherever you want to live, and can do it wherever you want to do it. So we're all doing a lot of things online as well. And but I at one point I also wanted to have it yeah, in the physical reality as well again. And I also want to tell people like women that you can really, you can find it in your where you live. You can really check a sister circle where you live, or red tent. Sometimes they also call it red tent circles, because that, like from indigenous tribes, women came together when they had their period, because then it's like the most like triggering moment. Like my partner first didn't understand what the red tent was, but since several periods now, he knows understands why women would go away with only themselves during the period, and then they just are with themselves, and we support each other and help each other, because like in that moment, like something little just needs to happen, and you're like explode. Or whatever, or you start crying, or you go inside and you don't say much. But it's like for every woman, it's different. Like it's like a really interesting period, and it's also really beautiful to be able to talk about these things, because like in the before in the I think like the women before us, they didn't talk that much about it. Like we didn't, we have to find a lot of things out ourselves. So I'm really glad for the next generation there's more openness about it, to talk about that as well. And like about all different subjects. Like the more you are like capable of, like every time you have like a different team, the more you can talk about anything, anywhere, wherever you're gonna talk about. And then it's like and it's really interesting, and we
Yeah.
need to know more about
Yeah.
these subjects.
I think that's one of the worst things that we've ever decided upon is this political correctness of like, don't discuss what your salary is, don't discuss what you pay in taxes and things like that. I think they just put these rules in so that people can't compare how much you actually are being done in by paying all these things, and like how little you're earning compared to what you should be earning and stuff like that. Like really these subjects that are saying like taboo, don't talk about it. I think we should talk about all of it.
Very good. And also like your traumas from your past, like because a lot of, like not a lot, everybody has them, but not everybody is aware of them as much. And by talking about that or certain things, then you see if there's still emotions attached to it or not. Huh? And that you can, we sometimes you also have like that you can say like I forgive people, because that is also yeah, that's a really beautiful healing uh, things that you can do, and that can you can share that with each other. So it's almost like a medicine circle, and like it's medicine for the soul. And that is something that like sometimes we only by talking about it we find out, oh, there is still something linked, there's still some wound there, there's still some sadness, and how can I heal that even more. And because that is but just like having people listening to you, like your whole story is already so healing. It's really like beautiful healing.
Yes. And then we always find out that we're more alike than what we think, right? We always find out, oh, like it's not just me being weird having this issue, like other people have it too.
And that's also with like with humanity, we have to find the things that unite us, because if we're gonna keep putting the things up that there are difference, and only looking at that, they divide us. But it's like an agenda behind it to have us all divided. So we also are like, society makes us also believe that we're not good enough as we are. We have to be thinner, we have to put more, a lot of makeup on, we have to look a certain way. We're like, there's so many things on us that they put on us. It takes a while to be okay with who you are, to really love yourself as you are, and to how you look, and what you say, and without being judged. And it's like really interesting where we come from, how society wants us. And like that whole agenda is also for division, huh? Like how much money is being made of like women not feeling good as they are, like all the cosmetics and all the makeups and all the, and it's also like today I heard again how much chemicals are in makeup because it's not certified. So it's like, but it's like a lot of people don't even know certain things. And it's also really good to, because we learn from each other this. And that's why we also share about everything. Like we both share on our Facebook everything what we find out also. Anyway, like for people to know, like this is happening, and this is like, because when you got only your information from the television and the newspaper, you just get so amount, and you get mostly fear and anger. Well, there's so much more good things happening in this world, and people coming together, and people having great projects, and people having great businesses, like with heart based, like what they want to help people, and they have like, there's like, we also need to see that kind, and us coming together, and we're us taking our power back and
Yes,
seeing, yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, it's so true what you say. It's like just by us sharing, then I mean that's you would people would probably laugh at me, but like you know how much I've learned from Facebook. it's, and it's not like I believe everything I read or everything I see, but um back before I had my business, I used Facebook as like my travel search engine, like for my next destination where I wanted to go to, you know. And then I would ask people who've been in those places, like, what was it like? Where would you go? What was the fun thing, you know? And I would base my trips on on those people's recommendations, and I had really good times. And now I, with business and everything, and like what you say, like what we share, like about truths and reality and point of views and all of these things, you really get to learn. And like that saying of like I know, like in South Africa, when you would go to the doctor, they would be like, sometimes the doctor would tell you, oh, just Google it. I don't know what it would be about. But then when you would go back to the doctor and say, like, yeah, I Googled it and I'm not going to do what you tell me to do, then they like say, like, oh no, Google is no good. Like, but when he tells you to go Google something, then it's good enough for you to believe it. But I truly believe with the power of the internet these days, we really get to make our own reality. We get to, we don't have to believe what we see on TV. We don't have to believe what we see in newspapers, because who says that's true? They could have just made it up. I'd rather believe something like that you tell me, Annika, that I know you're a real person, to like somebody I've never met, who I just see in the movies or on TV. And, like with these masks and CGI and stuff, it could just be like a cartoon character or a bot or something like that you've been listening to all the years on the news. But if it's like someone like, like, okay, I've never physically touched you, but I know you're a real person,
And yeah, what we also know is that we don't say anything just like that. We, a lot of times, there's years and years of research going into that, and we also know that from each other. So we
Yes.
know that when we talk about something, we mostly also research it, but we also want to let people know that research it for yourself and find out for yourself. And all these people saying certain things, it's not because it's BS. It's because they actually make a point, and that is what is so beautiful to come together with people that are like-minded, is because you have already a different worldview. You have already find out some things, and that you find out already that like a lot of that they lied about everything, and then you are like, or everybody's being programmed by the television. You find out like, and the more you go to down the rabbit hole, the more you find out, and the more crazier this reality gets. Yes, and it's really deep, and it's really dark, and it's really like horrible, and it's coming out. I really believe it's coming out at one point. But still, how do you cope with? You still have to cope with this reality, and how can you cope the best with this reality? And then it's also really nice to come together with people that understand you, that don't think like, "Hey, you crazy," and that's that. But you don't even have to think about everything the same. Like, there's so many different topics that are like out there that like are so out of your mind, like so like really crazy. I can now already, like, I could just put like, I don't know how many podcasts here, and then they go deeper and deeper and deeper, and then people would really blow their minds. But it's like, people, like, you can find them if you really want to know, if you have that intention of growth, or want to know and want to learn, it comes to you. And it's also with the Facebook. I shared a couple of days ago, if like, if you're not learning and being inspired on Facebook, you're following the wrong people, because it's possible to be inspired and learning every time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's so true. Yeah.
And then social media can become something really cool, where you can learn from each other and support each other, and you grow and grow and grow. And that's why I'm also happy that I mostly have like conscious people on my social media. And yeah, the people that not maybe not know that maybe they don't say that much, but they still see things. And but that is also about showing up with love and compassion. So when we can share that love and compassion with each other, when we get that inspiration, and we get that inspiration from each other, then we don't need that so much in the out, like everywhere else, because then we're going to just like share it. So that is also something that is really beautiful. So the more you have come with like-minded people together, and you share that love, and you share that like the inspiration, and you can share that with others everywhere you go. And everybody can be, there's more acceptance of whoever they are and whoever you are. People can
Yeah.
just be themselves.
Yeah, it's it's such a powerful tool. I mean, I think the whole internet and social media has run away with what like maybe they wanted it to be, because I think it has now become like, instead of being a tool for the negative forces, it's become a tool for the positive, you know. It's literally, I think there is so much good that we can find on social media, but from the people that you connect to the groups you can join, to the free masterclasses you can learn from, you know, to all these things. It's just absolutely amazing. And like, one more example I want to share is when I was living in South Africa, I had like a handful of friends, like really not many, and um, very few friends that were like super like-minded like me. But then after I left South Africa and I started becoming more open and active on social media, I've now met so many amazing people from South Africa that are so like-minded and like me. And I like think to myself, like, why did I never meet them when I was living there? But it's obviously because, yeah, I didn't put myself out there. I didn't, you know, is that again, I guess back to that attraction thing, you know, the you're like a magnet attracting your people to you when you dare to show up and be authentic online.
Yeah, and that is also something like, because otherwise they can't find you. So you have to be yourself, shine, and share what you need to share, because it's like, because like a lot of people don't have that in the immediate like-minded people in their immediate vicinity, zeg maar, in their reality. A lot of people feel very alone. And that is also want to let people know you're not alone. There's people everywhere, and you will find them more and more. And this is something that is really helpful to share. Like, social media is really a beautiful tool to share what you need to share, because it's like, and there are really people waiting for the things that it is medicine. What you have to say is medicine for certain people. I sometimes share like a small video that I didn't even know about self-love, and then I had a friend like, oh, that was really good for me to see that. And I'm like, or I make videos on TikTok and then people put them in their favorites, and now, or like I share something and someone says, oh, I really needed to see that today or hear that today. And I don't share that because of what they react, but I share that because I just like want to share that. It comes from inside, from the inspiration that I really like, a certain, like, even if it's just a quote or meme, but it's really helped me a lot in my life. Just sometimes to remember things or to have puzzle pieces coming together. Just like the power of just one sentence that you can really reach something, and that is so amazing. Or like a confirmation that hey, like this week somewhere, like I put you're on the right path. That was really necessary for me. Like I saw it and was like, ah, yes, we need all that sometimes. And it's like, that's why we also like also oracle cards or synchronicities. Like it's like the universe giving you a wink, like, hey, yeah, you're doing good. And we sometimes just really need that. And I see that and I'm like, ah, like your whole like nervous system relaxes. And then I share it and a lot of people like it. But there are also, of course, people like, yeah, is this now art? And I'm like, block and delete. But it's like, people that get it will get it, and the right people will get it, and the right people will get you. And that's why you need to share, and the right people will get you and understand it. So thank you for watching, the people here. Like otherwise you wouldn't be seeing it. Like, the people that are watching this really get it. So like know that you're not alone. Know there's like so many other people in the world. We're all coming together, mostly online, but they're also you can find things that are happening around you. You can find workshops, you can find yoga, you can find ecstatic dance. Like ecstatic dance is one of the I love the most. All kind of workshop, whatever you want to learn, huh? You can find it already online, but you can really find it together as like where you are. Like you will find if you go to that sort of things, or cacao ceremonies, or whatever you want to, like, there's so many different things that you can do online, but also offline, where you can really find like-minded people. And for me, it was like yoga. I met really, really amazing friends. And ecstatic dance also, I love that. And I still listen to a lot of ecstatic dance DJs. So if I'm in my house and want to dance, then I just like I have so many different DJ sets. And there's like, but you can also do at home, you can do so much to what you said. Like, there's webinar, there are courses, there are things, there's even like so many free things also happening. You can just really like elevate yourself at any moment.
Yeah.
About everything. Oh yeah, just on the moment that we're talking about elevating and going. Yeah, I don't know how long we're still going, but now just our friend Madalena came on. So hello, but the camera is maybe not working yet. So
I will have to jump off in a moment, but I just want to say
so
one
that's
more
cool. So if Maddie comes on, maybe I'll go on with her.
Yeah.
If he managed to go to put the camera on.
I want to say one more thing about Sister Circle, and it's like what I like about our Sister Circle. It has a more feeling of permanence, you know. Like when you maybe just go to a pottery class or something online or cacao ceremony, that's maybe like a once-off thing, and you don't maybe see the same people there the next time you go. But with Sister Circle, you have this like a permanence feeling, you know, like this. I like that, like a safety, secure. It's there every week, you know, for I don't know how long. It's not like something that changes all the time. So for me, that's really something I love about Sister Circle.
Yeah, because you also go very deep. You get to know each other on a very deep level and understand each other, and you go deeper and deeper. Because a lot of times when people go the first time, some people really don't like. It's new for them to really that they can say whatever they want without judgment, or it's really, really healing. Especially when women sometimes do it the first time, they're really like they have quite some tears coming up as well. Because this is like they feel they're just like there's just love and there's no judgment and there's like acceptance, and not everybody really experienced that before, so it's really like profound healing. So it's and but then you also later on you go deeper and deeper, but then you like the more like then also maybe some triggerings coming up, so that's also interesting. So let's see, my friend Maddie, we don't see the camera yet, but the same problem had like Liezl before, and then we went online, so maybe it's not happening. I'm trying to join, but my camera is not working. Okay, too bad. But too bad. So
Too bad. Maddie can't join us. I
Also
still want to do a live with Maddie as well. She promised me one.
It's not working, yeah. So hello.
Hey, Maddie.
Yeah, so we can see our friends, but we can see our friends, but we didn't put her on the thingy, but her camera is not working. Oh no. So we're gonna do it again. We are going to do.
Well, it's been amazing talking to you, and thank you for everyone who was watching. This went on quite longer than I expected.
So we're gonna do. So Maddie, we were already on for quite a while, so that's why we're like we're gonna stop it now. So we're gonna do it another time. So everybody here, thank you very much for watching. Even if you watch it after, because it will still be on there on Facebook and YouTube. So I hope you liked it a lot. Like and subscribe for like more content, more inspirational content, because we always keep elevating and expanding. So our content from Liezl and me will only get better and better. We get more inspired and more, So just know that we have both an amazing timeline on our Facebook. We share lots of things everywhere on all our channels, and know that a lot of really amazing things are still also coming from us. And yeah, I know that you're not alone. And if you, even if like you like, there's certain things. I'm also a healer and a coach and I give courses. So you can also like when things are really not going good, you can also PM me or something. All the information is put here underneath. So which if you want to contact us, then I will give them more information. But no, you're not alone. There are other crazy people out there. There are beautiful women here that are like loving and supportive for other women. And just know that. Just know that. Yay! Valerie came on. Yes, yes, you are. Thank you. Thank you.
And I just like to add, I never mentioned in the beginning that I'm a homeschooling mom. And if anybody wants to know anything about homeschooling, and especially homeschooling in the Netherlands, yeah, you can ask me. I don't mind to help.
Yeah, that's also really beautiful. That is also something that not everybody knows much about. So, so thank you, Valerie. Valerie said, Valerie say,
You're
James
amazing.
Power, girl power. Valerie says, you're amazing. Thank you, Valerie.
Your audience is amazing. Your friends and followers.
Yeah, and that is so like they understand our like we understand each other more and more, and that is so cool. Thank you. And it's the people that you actually know, and they so that is so cool. And we will have more and more like a whole soul tribe around us. And thank you, Liezl, for being here and for all what you're doing. You're like such an inspiration, and also what you said about the homeschooling. That is going to be the future. So if there are here mamas who want to know more about homeschooling, because it's not easy. I really even recently found a woman that her like that had some trouble with her daughter here in school and was thinking about homeschooling. So and I think more and more people will want to homeschool. I already saw like in America, like this, like 15 million children are already getting homeschooled. More and more people are homeschooling their children. So it's not something that is strange. And she does it, Liezl does it in Holland, where it's not easy with all those rules. So just let you know that if you want to know more about that also, Liezl is here. So thank you, Liezl, and thank you everybody for watching. And you're also all amazing. And lots and lots of love from us.
Thank you, Janneke. Thank you.
Bye.